What up, all my fight fans? So, this is not necessarily breaking news because we have always thought about it, or not thought about it. We always knew that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, part of us felt like it was going to happen, but I am talking about the UFC not willing to work with Logan Paul and Conor McGregor in their fight that would potentially make them both $250 million a piece. So, why is that? You know, I didn't make a video when this was announced whatsoever. I didn't really acknowledge it because it just felt like with the way Conor McGregor's been, it's also hard to make Conor McGregor videos now because it just seems like he wants to keep his name relevant and he always wants to talk. You know, he doesn't want to act. He doesn't want to actually get out there and do something and actually fight. You know, who knows what really happened, what really transpired back in June of last year when he was supposed to fight Michael Chandler. But hey, we don't know. We really don't. But when this fight got announced, or potentially announced, I knew it wasn't going to take place. I knew the UFC wasn't going to work with them, even though Dana White and Logan Paul are relatively okay with each other. That's not like Jake Paul. Why? Do not know 100% for certain, but I do believe it's because of the simple fact that they feel like, one, if Logan Paul beats Conor McGregor, that's the end of Conor McGregor. There is no more hype. There is no more anticipation. There is no more even an MMA match for Conor if he were to lose to a YouTuber, which, you know, it could potentially happen, being the fact that Logan Paul is a big, massive opponent for Conor in a boxing match, whether it be an exhibition or not. You know, it's one thing to lose like he lost to Floyd Mayweather. You just lost and got knocked out by one of the greatest of all time. So there really is no shame in that whatsoever. But to lose to a YouTuber who has literally no wins, I think he has one win in the boxing world, yeah, it would not be a great look whatsoever. Also, they believe possibly that they want Conor McGregor to return, and getting cashed out at $250 million, that's unlikely going to happen. We know Conor McGregor's run in the UFC before Floyd Mayweather was really, really amazing, really incredible, because he was just going through everybody, knocking out everybody, making history, getting 2 belts, and then once he got that boxing match and made that $100 million, he was never the same. You know, he got into business, he made his money, and it was just hard for him to come back. And when he did come back, he did not come back the same. He did not come back hungry. He did not come back determined. He came back just somebody that's doing it because he's bored. And you definitely do not want to do fighting because you're bored. You want to do it because you love it, because it's something that you're very passionate about. And it felt like Conor McGregor, once he got that money, especially at his younger age, that's just what it felt like. Honestly, that's my opinion, but I do not know, guys. But will we ever see Conor McGregor in the cage? Who knows? Dana White is saying that we will see him later on this year, which will make 4 years for Conor McGregor. And I believe I'd much rather see him boxing, because it would be easier for him to prepare for a boxing match than it would be an MMA match. Because he has to put his body through a lot more in an MMA match because of the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the grappling, the kicking, the everything. You name it, all the weapons that a MMA fighter would normally have. He has to prepare for it. In boxing, you just gotta prepare your hands. So I really feel like the UFC should just let him go, forget about the cage, forget about the UFC, and go into boxing and promote Conor. You know, you are contracted for 2 fights. Well, in that contract, you should be able to do his 2 boxing fights where they could potentially make a lot of money. And you know what? It could be a potentially boxing match against some high-level MMA opponents. Like, who would not want to see the trilogy of Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor in a boxing match? That would be a great fun fight. Or him and Jorge Masvidal. That would be a great fun fight as well. I mean, there's just so many fun fights they could have for Conor McGregor, because I do believe Conor McGregor does want to fight. I do believe Conor McGregor wants to return, but it's just when it comes to training, when it comes to actually the hard work, it's not in him no more. It's not in him. I mean, who can blame him? When you have that much money, like, why am I doing this? Why am I hurting my body, breaking down my body? Why am I doing any of this when I already got all this money? Why not just do something that's a little bit more easier? And no disrespect to boxing, but when you put the training side by side with each other, MMA and boxing is a lot more easier and a lot more less stress and less pain that you put your body through into the training room. So I don't know, guys, but we do know Logan Paul, Conor McGregor fight ain't happening, and who knows when we're gonna ever see this, when we're gonna ever see Conor McGregor in the cage. Let me know when you guys think it's gonna happen. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.